Hello and welcome back to Arcades Business Tips. Michael Lapide here to talk to you about some frequently asked questions on sole proprietorships. Number one, the first question we usually get is, how do I start a sole proprietorship? Well, the good news is the moment you decide that you're going to be a sole proprietor, you can be a sole proprietor right there and then. You don't have to do anything. You can say, I'm a sole proprietor, I'm going to start selling something tomorrow. You're immediately a sole proprietor. That's the nice thing. Now, you can, of course, register the name. So you can go to a registry or the government and register the name depending what jurisdiction you're in. So you can register a name for your sole proprietor. Otherwise, it's just you are the sole proprietor under your name. You might want to register a GST number if you're going to make over $30,000, obviously. So there might be some registrations involved. But again, starting a sole proprietorship, there's nothing you need to do but start it yourself and say, I'm starting it, and start tracking things. Start making sales, start tracking expenses, you're a sole proprietor basically, okay? And then you can register and so forth after when you're ready. The second question we get is, do I need to register the sole proprietorship, which we said already, so what are the cutoffs for that? You have to register GST when you're making $30,000 gross income in a year. You have no choice, okay? And you will also have to register a business number and payroll account if you have employees. That's also very important too, okay? And if you want to apply for a business credit card or business loan, you also might need to register your sole proprietorship. So those are the instances where you would need to register your sole proprietor. The next question you get, how do I file my taxes as a sole proprietor? Well, your income as a sole proprietor is actually included in your personal tax return, so it's included in your personal income. But it is the net income you're reporting after your expenses. So then gross is what you take in, then you write off the expenses. It's the net that goes on your personal tax return. And if that's a loss, it's going to help you on your taxes because then it's going to lower all your other income, okay? Now, a lot of times people will look at incorporating at some point, so just a side note here, on taxes. At some point, it might be better to incorporate, but that's a separate discussion for a separate video, and you might have watched that one already. Next one we get is, how can sole proprietors pay themselves? Well, the good news is a sole proprietor, all that profit you make is your money anyway. You can just take it. There's no extra tax for taking it. It's yours. You're already paying tax on it, so it doesn't matter. So you can just move it to your other bank account. It's that simple, okay? That makes it nicely. Next one we get is, can I use my personal bank as a sole proprietorship? The answer is yes, but you shouldn't. You should always have a separate bank account, it would be a personal bank account, for your sole proprietorship. Don't use your personal bank account and mix everything together. It gets very convoluted in most times. So most of the time you want to just set up a separate personal account. If you register a name, you can set it up under that name for the sole proprietor, or just under your personal name if you don't have a registered name, and track things separate for your income and expenses. And the last question we get here is, a sole proprietor different from a self-employed individual? No, they're the same thing. So when I say, oh, they're a self-employed individual, oh, they're a sole proprietor, same exact thing. A sole proprietor is a self-employed person. Got any questions? We'd love to hear from you. Post in the comments below, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here for the next video.